Welcome to Spiritual 411. I am Melissa L. Watkins, evidential medium and master instructor with integrated energy therapy and also certified spiritual life coach. Here, just tuning in and bringing you messages from the spirit world, spirit guides, and our angels, ascended masters, and those keepers of the light who want to come in to support us on this very human journey on our spaceship Earth. And so today I really want to talk about, and what I'm being brought to talk about, is twin flame energy as well as soulmate energy, compatible soulmate, most compatible soulmate, twin flame journey, divine masculine, divine feminine. And this can be a subject that can be very controversial. And unfortunately, and it is unfortunate that it is controversial in any way, because love is the universal source code that is the universal energy of how this universe works. Vibrational frequency is source love. And so we as multidimensional beings, we embody love, and we are connected to the divine through our heart chakra, through our spark of Christ consciousness that many, many, many are really tapping into. It's really being turned on. That switch is being flipped within you. And it's happening for many of you spontaneously through the light codes that are coming in on the planet. For some of you, it's coming through because you are doing healing work. You're working on raising your own frequency through letting go of past programming, whether that is through traditional medicine, talk therapy, energy work, or just your own innate ability to heal. And so there's a lot of energy out there that's being amplified through these connections with each other and with spirit. And so more people are coming into now connecting to each other, whether it is a soulmate or a twin flame. And so the first thing I want to do is I really want to discuss these terms because they have been overused, they have been misused, and they've been bastardized for quite a number of years. I would say decades now, ever since the terms first emerged. And they mean very specific things, they're very specific energies, and it's beautiful. But because of the overuse and because of kind of the mass marketing, people shy away from them, using them. People are not comfortable using them, and it's really kind of annoying for me and those of us who do understand these beautiful connections and how this energy, when shared, um, it's magical. But many people roll their eyes or scoff when you use these terms because they don't understand them, and they don't believe. They don't believe that this energy, this type of love exists, and that when it's shared, it's unlike anything you can describe. It is just connection on a whole new level. And so, yeah, let's get into it. Let's talk about a twin flame. Twin flame is that other part of yourself. It is a soul that has been wrought into two, and you have your divine masculine and you have your divine feminine. And you have your divine masculine and feminine in both halves, but each half embodies one more than the other. So even though you have divine masculine and divine feminine within you, you may gravitate more to being a more divine masculine energy or divine feminine energy. And that other part of you is going to be is similar, honestly, for twin flame, because you are the mirror of each other. And one of the reasons that this connection can be so difficult is because of that mirror that you're putting up in front of the other person, and you're showing them exactly how they're being, or, um, that sty in their eye, right? You can see the sty in you can see the sty in somebody else's eye, but you can't see the sty in your own eye, and that's what, the twin flame does, is it amplifies the energies between the 2 of you, and so it illuminates, the sty, whatever that is coming up. And it's coming up because it's time for you to transmute it. Energy cannot be, destroyed. We have to do something with it. And for the twin flame, what you're doing is you're gonna transmute the energy of something that is negative or not wanted in your vibration. And this can be anything from jealousy and resentment to addiction and, greed and lust, and anywhere on that emotional chart, really, that is coming up, that's being mirrored back to you, to be transmuted, to be done something with. And so, twin flame energies, you know it. I have so many people ask me, like, how do I know if I'm in connection with my twin flame? It's a soul knowing. No one needs to tell you. You know it at the soul level. And if it's just a soulmate, that idea of twin flame doesn't even come up. Even if it's a most compatible soulmate, um, you might wonder, is this my twin flame? But if you're wondering, then no, it's not. It's a soul knowing. When you are in connection with your twin flame, you just know, and they just know. And for many twin flames, it is such an overwhelming feeling. And the mirror is so, I want to say, in your face, that they do run. Sometimes they do run. Um, because it's overwhelming, and what they're being shown about themselves is maybe something that they're not ready to address, don't want to address, um, aren't believing that they need to address it. And so you have twin flame energies where you may come together for a brief period of time in physical connection. For some, you might come into this lifetime, both of you, um, to just amplify the energy of the planet. So you may be in connection, and it may be an easier connection because, what you're mirroring each other is positive. Um, so it's very individual, but if it is a twin flame, there will be no question. And your twin flame may challenge you. There may be obstacles and challenges in the connection, but they're never going to destroy you. They're never going to hurt you at the soul level because it's their soul too. So if you're in a connection where you really feel like you're being, I want to say, abused, if you feel like you're being hurt, if you feel like you're being, disrespected at such a visceral level, that is not your twin flame. Because your twin flame is never going to hurt you so bad. Again, they may walk away from you. They may, um, disrespect you on kind of a surface level, but it's never going to go to that depth. And so that would definitely be a soulmate connection. Anybody who is going to that depths of hurting you, like narcissistic abuse, dark empath. Your twin flame may still be a catalyst on your journey because, again, they're the mirror, and they're going to show you things that are are coming up for you to transmute. But your twin flame isn't going to destroy you. And I think that's where people get confused. They may run away from you. They may not be ready to be in connection with you because of what you're showing them about themselves. You may be the catalyst for them. Timing definitely comes into play for when twin flames come into connection in the physical. But one thing about a twin flame in you is you're never going to be disconnected. You'll always be in connection, whether it's on the astral, in your dream space. You'll always be able to feel them. And this gets a little confusing because you will have this with some soulmates also, especially with the dark empath when they are pulling on your energy. And so the real dividing line between soulmate and twin flame is your twin flame is never going to hurt you to the depths of hurting your soul. It may feel like that when they disconnect, and it might feel it feels completely devastating when they're not really ready to do their work or the timing isn't there for you to be in connection, especially for those of you who have met your twin flame in this lifetime. For some of you, you'll only meet your twin flame on the astral, that they've either not incarnated in this lifetime with you, and so you'll only know them on the other side. So I actually just put up a video and I got some pushback because people didn't like what I said about twin flames and soulmates. And I get that. I get that this is, again, a very volatile issue because it's matters of the heart. I understand that. Soulmates are definitely contracted connections that you came into this lifetime already contracted to have to help you evolve and grow as a soul through romantic partnership, through love, learning how to love yourself. And it's really all about you. So when you're in connection with a soulmate and it's pushing you, it's challenging you, it's because there's something there that you need to grow as a soul. And some soulmates get together and they're together their whole lives because they're compatible. It's easy. They have the same stance and take on things. They believe the same way. It's just a really easy connection. It's almost like they're married to their best friend. They're with their best friend, right? Twin flame, when you're in connection and you've gone through the challenges and you've overcome the hurdles that you came into this lifetime to overcome. When you're together, it doesn't feel best friend. It feels passionate. Like there's way more spark than a compatible soulmate. It's like you would take a bullet for that other person. You would do anything to keep that other person safe because that other person is the other half of your soul. So when you're in a twin flame connection, it really truly is unlike anything that you've ever experienced before. And that's why a lot of twin flames run because it's the emotion, the passion, the connection is so overwhelming because you're coming into connection with that part of yourself that is the other part of you that makes you feel you're a whole coming into connection with another whole person, like divine feminine, divine masculine, divine feminine, divine masculine. But because it's the same soul, it's like coming home. It's like I see you like nobody else can see you. I see through you. I see into you. I understand you. And it's a very telepathic connection. I know what you're thinking. I know how you think, because that's how I think. That's what I think, right? So soulmates have a job, and many soulmate connections, they're, finite. The soulmates that do stay together forever, it's a choice. They just choose to stay together. There's maybe something about the connection that it could be better, but they're, for the most part, happy with the way it is. They're not, really wanting to rock the boat or figure it out with anyone else. And as we have free will choice. So, there's that some soulmates just decide, we got through whatever we needed to get through. We've created a family, we have, a life. We're just going to stay, right? It's not bad. It's good. Could it be better? Sure, but I'm good with the way things are. And a lot of soulmates, decide to do that. But for those of you who really feel like you've struggled with romantic partnership, you've really struggled with any relationship, it really comes back to you. Like, where are you blocked? Where is your heart chakra blocked? Are you carrying abandonment? Are you carrying resentment? Are you carrying threat imprints? And all kinds of other imprints, right? Disempowerment, unworthiness, your own addictions, your own self sabotage, your own, whatever you're carrying. And then we also have the most compatible soulmates. And most compatible soulmate connections are really for those of you who the twin flame has not incarnated. They are still on the other side of the veil. They are loving you and communicating with you from the astral, from the other side of the veil, from in dream state. Um, so not everyone is going to come into connection with a most compatible soulmate because you're going to come in connection with your twin flame. And everybody has soulmate connections. And again, those are going to be finite. Unless you choose to go the distance with a soulmate. Um, and it's all free will choice. There's no right or wrong here. This is about where you're at on your journey and what it is that you're willing to do. You're willing to give, you're willing to be. Some people are so traumatized very early on in life when they find that support system, they're like, I'm good. And I really feel like this conversation is for those of you who are struggling with romantic partnership and you've had pattern of abusive relationships, whether it's narcissistic abusive relationships or any other kind of abuse, or you have pattern of drawing in the dark empath. Because again, I put out who needs me finds me. I am an empath. I am a medium. And mostly who I draw to me are people who have a very similar journey. And you have a pattern of dark empath abusive relationship. You are a light. You came into this world, onto the planet, to shine your light, to help raise the frequency of the planet out of 3D consciousness into 5D consciousness. And you're working your light, but you're also trying to have your own human experience. And for many light workers and empaths, there's trauma to overcome into remembering who we are, who we came in from as, however you want to put that. So you were on the other side as a beautiful higher vibrational light being, and you decided to come into the earth plane. And part of that journey was going to be to evolve as a soul. And there was going to be some aspect of healing either the twin flame journey or your own journey as a sovereign soul because your twin flame stayed on the other side. They did not incarnate. I'm just gonna say, I feel like there's not many of those right now. I feel like many twin flame pairs came down because what I received was the fastest way for us to evolve the planet out of the denser three-dimensional energy into the five-dimensional lighter energy of unity consciousness, cooperation, for our humanity to evolve out of competition and patriarchy and a lot of the negative energy that was holding us in place, that twin flames embodying the higher frequency of love, in connection or out of connection, having both of the pairs, both of the part, twin flame, right? It amplifies the love energy. And so I feel like a lot of people are coming into connection right now, finding their twin flame, which is why I'm being called to put this message out. Because twin flames are coming back into connection. And I feel like this is going to be happening over the next 5 to 7 years. Twin flames finding each other, coming back into connection with each other. So some finding each other and then some just coming back into connection with each other because you've done the work or you've decided that this connection was where you want to be. Like you're not running away from it anymore because you have evolved, you have grown, you're older, you're more settled, or you have come into understanding of why this other person is so important to you, that you'd rather be with them than anybody else, no matter what the two of you have to walk through to get to the compatibility, get to the sovereignty of the union. I dare say I feel like we may even feel like or see a rise in breakups as twin flames who are in soulmate connections realize that this isn't enough. Either they want to go back to the twin flame that they previously were with, or and that's in any part of their life. It could be decades ago, or it could be that they've met them. So interesting that yeah, and I feel like some soulmate connections, the soulmate is going to be the one leaving because they realize and recognize that the frequency of the love that's being shared by the twin flame needs to be, they need to be together. They need to be together. So there's going to be a lot of separations and a lot of disconnections as twin flames recognize their counterpart and they're wanting to be into connection with their counterpart. Because even though it looks like they're doing it selfishly, it looks like they're doing it for whatever reason, the higher reason that meant, and they may not even realize this. They may not even realize, if they're not in the spiritual community, if they're not kind of aware of how the universe works, what vibrational energy or vibrational frequency and how that kind of works, quantum physics. All they know is they just want to be with this person. They might not even be able to articulate what it is or why. They just know that's where they need to be. And it's because these twin flames are coming together to be together because they've evolved into their connection, but also because twin flames overall have agreed to come to the planet to amplify the vibration of the matrix and the planet to raise the frequency for everyone and Mother Gaia. So it's very beautiful, but it's very, very, it's hard. It's hard. It's hard to make choices and decisions that are going to impact other people not so positively as they move away from soulmate connections. There's going to be a lot of questions as to, why people are doing certain things. And it's going to be a soul calling. It's going to be a soul calling. And one of the reasons is because it's time. The timing is coming in the next 5 to 7 years. 2030, 2032. Very important. Very important. The other reason that this is a very difficult connection is because you are the mirror for each other. And one of you has chosen to be the catalyst in the relationship to help the other in some way find their voice, find their power, empowerment, authenticity, discernment, equanimity. These are all the frequencies that have been coming online for the last couple of decades. I'm hearing since 2012, the harmonic convergence. These higher frequencies have been coming in. Many people are being downloaded with these higher frequencies, which is allowing them to come into connection with their twin flame in ways that they've not been able to get to on their own. So that's why we're going to see this rise of twin flames coming together. And the power of love for ourselves and for each other, for the planet, coming in on the Christ consciousness wave, light code. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. Because this frequency is so high and it's so loving. And so many people in coming into connection with this type of love frequency and embodying it and sharing it and amplifying it, it's just going to ripple out to the world. It's going to ripple out to the world. And I was actually on a podcast yesterday, The Ruckus Room with Chrissy, that'll be coming out this week. And she asked me to read on Gaza. And I don't typically read on current events, maybe something I'll get into in the future, might be a calling that comes down the pike. But right now, it was something that I'm just baby steps into. And one of the cards that I pulled was the Unity card in the Christ Consciousness deck by Amanda Ellis, her Self-Mastery Oracle deck. And it was absolutely beautiful because around the world were all the different light codes coming out of the picture of the planet that was on the card. And I just feel like those light codes are being amplified by the twin flames that are all coming together. And that amplification is going to make this process go faster than maybe, spirit originally thought, um, powers that be originally thought, um, whether um, whatever your belief system is around who we're in contact with. But I'm definitely picking up, the galactic brothers and sisters being very positively impacted by what they're experiencing from what we are being able to create and amplify with this frequency of universal source love that is helping to eradicate the dark and the evil that has been the reigning energy in the third dimension. So this is beautiful energy. And we are remembering who we are. And in that remembering, we're remembering who we are connected to. And so a lot of soul family groups are coming together. Your soul tribe, you're finding your soul tribe. You're finding your twin flame or your most compatible soulmate. But it's all about amplifying this energy of love. And that is the mission. If you are a light worker, is to work your light. And so sharing your energy, the frequency of love through yourself and then through the connection. So there's going to be a lot of people in this next 5 to 7 years that really step out of connections that are not this, that are not love, soul love connections. And if you're finding this is where you are trying to make this decision, do I go, do I stay? Your soul knows. You just have to listen with an open heart. No one else can tell you. You have to trust what your soul is bringing you. Because on the other side, it's going to be connecting to universal source love that is a love that is full and rich and supportive. It's not jealous. It's not mean. It's not cruel. It's not expectation. It's not rules. It's not parameters. And this is where we are headed. Some are there. Some are on their way to being there. And the rest of us, this is where we're going. So, here we go. The other thing that I want to say about this, love is love. This might be controversial. So, take this however this resonates. But I was being drawn to talk about this from Archangel Metatron. And love is love. And love is not masculine. Love is not feminine. Souls that will be coming together may not be what society would dictate or would accept. So being open to what love looks like is going to be really important. Masculine and feminine energy is not masculine and feminine gender. And so it's really important to be open-minded and accepting of love. in whatever form people are sharing it in. And I'm not talking anything about transgender. I'm not talking anything about anything that is not human. I'm not talking about anything that is, but what spirit is really wanting us to understand is that masculine and feminine is an energy. Divine masculine and divine feminine are energies. They are not genders. And so it's going to be really important to honor love and the frequency of love with those who are embodying and sharing the highest frequency of love, not the lowest frequencies of lust and greed and deviant energies, but true love, source love, high vibrational love that is honoring and accepting and compassionate and supportive. So it's really, really important that we make those distinctions. And I think that's where we're going to leave it. I think that's where we're going to leave it. So, thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. If you want any more information about me, working with me, who I am or what I do, please check out the description box for all the links. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and we will talk soon. Thank you so much. Please like and comment and share.